What is going on, everybody out there? Yes, we're doing a show, a live show. It will be a daily show, and it is called Daily WCR. It is the first episode today. So, welcome if you're here. Today, we are hanging out with Austin. What's up, Austin?
Yo, thanks for having me on. I don't think we've ever done a live together, so
I
this is super
know you were
exciting.
like you got all the fancy equipment too. I feel inadequate.
Yeah. Normally I'm at my house studio, if you want to call it, where all my fancy equipment is. But today I'm at the shop, so having a little bit of a meeting about a local meet and greet that we have going on. So pretty
Nice.
exciting.
Yeah, heck yeah. Well, today we are going to be talking about something that is in the pro window cleaning group, and it is why am I getting spots with my water fed? And I think this is a pretty interesting one because I've had two phone calls now this week alone with people who are just like completely dumbfounded. I know there's issues going out there, and I love it because every time somebody asks about it, there's somebody who hates water fed who comes in and goes, "Oh yeah, that's why I like squeegeeing's way better." But why am I getting spots with a water fed pole? Like, how does that happen? I'm going to put it out there first off. Everybody I've talked to so far says that they're getting zero TDS on their water. So, why am I getting spots on my water fed?
Yeah, I get that question as well. And the first thing I go over is what's the TDS? Most of the time, people are using RODI. They're having zero TDS. They're still getting spots. Some of the time, people are using DI only and they're on well water, and we obviously know that doesn't work. But let's say you have zero TDS. I think the main reason is the frames. A lot of people are not cleaning the frames. I hear that a lot on pro window cleaning. Stay away from the frames. Don't clean the frames. I think that is the worst advice you could ever give. Always make sure you're cleaning your frames. The second thing is people love to just get in and get out. So I think the thorough rinse is not there. All of us want to make $1,000 an hour, but if you get a million callbacks, you're not really making that much money.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, one big thing that if you are fighting against cleaning the frames, you're doing water fed wrong, in my opinion. Like water fed, you have to clean the frames. That's part of it because if you're splashing water on the glass and it like hits the frame, it's gonna come back in. If your water's zero, that means there's zero things in your water that's gonna spot. So if it is spotting, it's coming from somewhere else. Window Guys, by the way, is here. He said rinse more. Yeah, sometimes that is
Yeah.
the key. Another thing that can happen that actually is a harder one to find is sometimes you have too much pressure. So if it's just blasting out of there and splashing all over, any of those splashes, if it hits anywhere that wasn't clean, like the siding or the facade or the overhang, or maybe you have a softer fascia, if it splashes on that and drips back down, that water's not clean. It's gotten dirt from somewhere. So you get spotting again.
And that's where it kind of plays into rinse bars and flows. Those can cause a lot of problems. I personally use both of those. I don't have any issues, but I've been doing it for quite a while. When somebody just starts out and is using fan jets, I feel like that causes a problem just because you said the mist everywhere just brings down that dirt from the fascia onto the clean window. And another thing that's kind of stupid, you could say, is sometimes people are just not agitating enough.
Yeah.
That comes down to just rushing through the window. I mean, if you scrub the window once and you do a quick rinse, maybe you haven't agitated the window enough. I mean, water fed is not something you're going to learn overnight. A lot of people, when they buy water fed, I had a customer a few months ago. He used water fed like one time and said, "Hey, it's not for me." I mean, it's like driving a
Yeah.
stick shift. If you can't drive a stick shift on the first day, it's not the stick shift, it's you.
But Austin, I've been driving for 20 years, and now I started the stick shift thing, and I can't do it. It's just not for me. It's broken. You
You know,
can't
I,
argue
I've
science. It doesn't work for everything, but like it is a simple process. You just kind of have to figure it out.
Yeah,
Another,
and I can remember when I first started, it took a while of messing windows up to figure out why you were messing them up.
yeah, yeah. Another thing that sometimes you already have hard water on the glass, and you don't notice it because it's dirty, and then you clean it, and that hard water is still on the glass, and you're like, oh man, it's spotted. Well, maybe it didn't spot. Maybe the spots were there. You just cleaned it. Now you can see the spots.
I have trouble with customers to this day, like 1 out of 10, that already have hard water on their windows because I'm in Texas, we have horrible water, and they will fight water fed. They're like, next time you come, just use a squeegee because it
Yeah,
works. Well, water fed works. You just already had hard water in your windows. They were
Yeah.
dirty. We cleaned them. It's hard water.
Yeah, I like, that would be the same thing as if you went to a mechanic. We're like, I'd like you to fix my car, but I don't want you to use Snap-on tools, only Craftsman tools. Like you would never do that. But like because people don't understand water, it's the same reason that people fight. And it's cool. Listen, like if you don't want to use a Sorbo channel for some reason, that's cool. Like you don't have to use all the tools. It's the same thing with WaterFed. Like if you don't want to use WaterFed, you don't have to. I think WaterFed's amazing. I think it's absolutely the best tool that's ever come out for us. But it doesn't mean that you need to use it, right? So the people who fight the fact, they're fighting like an opinion. You don't have to use it. Don't tell me it doesn't work,
And I hate to be a salesman here, but a lot of the times people will get into either used systems. I had a guy the other day bought a system that was 10 years old and he's like, it doesn't work. Well, it's 10 years old.
Right?
Or you cheap out, let's say you get an RODI that's like $500 and the carbon filter's this big and the DI filter's this big.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we make relatively cheap RODI systems, $14.99 for XPR. I think that's pretty dirt cheap.
Yeah. I had a guy even today who went out and bought a system, and I had never even heard of the system. I had to Google it to see which one he was talking about. And the last thing I could find from it was from 2014. That was like the last like anything that I found on it. I'm like, yeah, I think it's a little old. And it was a proprietary system. So what really sucks is that like you just can't get some stuff. So yeah, it's about equipment sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, just like the car situation. I mean, if you bought a 2001 Honda and you drove it and the transmission doesn't work, I mean,
Yeah.
I would rather buy a brand new car, pay a little bit more. I know it's going to get me from point A to point B, just like WaterFed. Buy
Yeah.
something. I mean, we sold a ton of systems in house this year. We have people troubleshooting them. If it's leaking, we fix it. I mean, we've sold a ton of them this year, and we have a lot of experience building systems. So buy Zero.
Yeah. Yeah. Zero is absolutely, I mean, amazing. Pure water is pure water. If you test your water and your TDS says 50 and you spot the windows, it is the water. Something's in the water. But if you're coming back zero, like zero things in the water. There's not anywhere you can go from zero,
Yeah.
Well, if
We
you
were
guys
just
did,
talking about. Oh, I'm sorry.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, we were just talking about the car dealership. I think that was yesterday. Somebody was washing cars with pure water,
Yeah.
and they had Zero, and they were getting spots. That's because something is on there. Like you said, if you have Zero, it is you, not the water.
Yeah. And it's totally cool. Like this is my favorite analogy. If I'm like a huge fan of analogies. I'm too stupid to think of anything else, but if you hand somebody a squeegee off the street that's never used a squeegee and they clean a window for the first time, it looks like a horse sneezed on it. It's going to be awful. They're going to start in the middle of the glass. It's just going to be awful. And they're going to laugh and they're going to like, yeah, I obviously I've never done that before. I'd have to practice, right? Every time. Not one time in history has somebody handed you the squeegee back and said, nope, it's broken. Squeegees don't work. But if I give you WaterFed for the first time and you use it and it doesn't work, you're like, it doesn't work. What? Never ever. I like your manual transmission thing too.
Yeah, there's a guy on the forum. We always debate on like whether WaterFed's faster or not. I don't like that argument because obviously, like I said, we want to make a lot of money per hour, but that's not the point of WaterFed.
Yeah.
Safety is a big point. It's actually really cheap to maintain WaterFed. I mean, your filters are cheap, but coming down to faster or better results, it's a clean window is a clean window. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And it all comes down to the job. Like if you're on a casement ground level flat window and I'm going against WaterFed versus somebody else will probably be faster than me on that particular situation. But if you're cherry picking, I'd put something out that's 3 stories up on mulch and not level ground, and who's faster, And it's the same thing where it could be faster. It just depends on the thing. The main point of it is that you're cleaning amazingly and you're using the best tools that are out there. So WaterFed's good. Window Guys just said that I'm using WaterFed right now, making more money than Austin.
That's true. That's true. Is that Mike? Well, Mikey Nichols?
Mike. Mike used to be my guy. He was my customer. I loved him. And then And it all happened slowly leading up to the huge convention last year. And I saw him and he just bluntly put me down and he said, listen, Austin has a new baby. He needs my money. And I lost a customer because of that.
And now he's ordering through Steve-O, so we both lost a
Well,
customer.
there you go. I need to have a baby. You guys got one up on me. I got old kids, but they're in dance. And my one kid's going to be in college in 2 years. So if you want to help me,
Yeah, I mean, I think Mike has like 13 kids right now. I don't know if he's Amish or what he's going for there.
I think so. If you've seen his beard, he could be. He could be something.
Yeah, overalls, he fits the part.
Yeah, definitely. Well, if you guys didn't know, Austin here is one of the most fantastic reps that we have here at Window Cleaning Resource. So if you need anything at all, Austin, tell us your number. How can people get a hold of you?
Well, you could get a hold of me through my phone number, 862-312-2023. My email address is austin@windowcleaningresource.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. I don't have a TikTok. I do have a TikTok, but I don't do funny videos like my main man, Jersey Josh over here. You know, your video of the XPR on top of you, that was probably one of the best ones I've ever seen.
That was a John B. I tried to give him credit and everything. He's not on there. New rep coming in. You guys, he's worked here for a long time, but he is the king of puns, by the way. I will never be to his pun level.
Yeah, he thinks fast.
He thinks fast. He does. But cool. I appreciate you guys hanging out. We're going to be trying to do this every day, but you've heard that from me already today. We're doing a different rep every single day. Austin just decided to leave. He says it doesn't matter. He said, I don't care that I'm on the live, but I will be here every day. Tomorrow is going to be Wednesday, which we will actually be featuring John B. Every day we're going to be doing this with different reps. So Monday is John Lee, the man, the myth, the legend. Tuesday is, of course, Austin. Today, tomorrow being Wednesday is going to be John B, the newest rep. And on Thursday is Alex from WCR, Alex Lamborghinis himself. And then Fridays is the man, Steve-O. You've heard of him, but he will also be here. So hopefully you guys are tuning in. Hopefully you're making a bunch of money, but we will see you again tomorrow.